So a Dragon Ball Dick Rider debunked me out of his own fucking stupidity. But let's see what he really debunked after all. His first claim is that Space Godzilla traveled through space as a meteor. It's a hex and not his own speed. Are we fucking deadass right now? It's nowhere shown that Space Godzilla uses meteors to travel in space. Instead, he used his crystals to travel, which moves faster than his own flight speed, and Godzilla was able to react to them and shoot them with his atomic breath. We also know that Space Godzilla in his flying form came from the edge of the universe to Earth in a few days, which is massively faster than light. You might argue that his crystals might be slower in the atmosphere, but since he has full control over gravity, the atmosphere isn't really an issue for him. Now, for his second claim, he says that Heisei is nowhere near universal, as this statement is only talking about the destruction of the planet and not the entire universe. Look, this statement only mentioned the size of the universe and not its destruction, but there are several other infinite universe statements from the Heisei era, with several universe-destroying monsters and gods in the series, and Heisei is still stronger than all of them. For his third and fourth claim, this moron says that these two fourth-dimensional spaces only exist in the Showa era, that I never mentioned how Showa is linked with Heisei, that it's just a hex, that he never fought Karoga, and that zone events are not canon to Heisei. This dude is literally out of his mind right now. Look, if you, the pathetic child, had ever watched my Godzilla vs Goku video from minute 1 to 28, then you would know that I have already explained everything about how Heisei is multiple times stated to be an alternate branch timeline of the original, and that how Heisei Godzilla is an evil alternate variant of the Showa Godzilla, and that fourth dimensional space is not a hex, it's an entire fucking fourth spatial dimension, asshole. And just because Zone Fighter isn't canon to the Heisei series, the entire universe is still an alternate timeline of the Showa era. So these structures should not be deleted when the timeline changes. For his last claim, he says that Space Godzilla was injured by Mogura, who is just a man-made metal robot. Like, is bro living under a fucking rock or something? It's like asking why Sonic is multiversal if he can get hurt by Metal Sonic. But in fiction, there are many mechas designed to fight against the literal gods of their verse. The Heisei era was already quite advanced, and its technology and weapons were more powerful than the Showa era ones. We also know that the humans in the Heisei era kept the information, technology, and supercomputers from the 23rd century and alien civilizations. Meanwhile, they made even more advanced and powerful weapons than Mecha King Ghidorah, who was capable of utilizing higher dimensional realms just by traveling back in time. And later, he used the same energies in his attacks. So Mogura, who is more powerful than any previous mechas, won't be an ordinary metal robot. So what do I think about this debunk? And I think it's the most ape debunk I ever got. Not only because the guy who made this post is stupid, but also because he was hired by another guy who was even a greater level of stubborn than him. His whole debunk was based on screenshots taken out of the context from my video. So he tried to debunk it without knowing anything about my video, nor does he know anything about Godzilla, nor anything about me, which is an absolute disappointment. But anyways, this is all for today. I will see you guys in the next one.